Good afternoon. It's Monday, November 16th, and here's a recap for what we did today. Let's start by taking a look at our slideshow that we went over. And we started with our tiny world, but in actuality, that's the game that we're going to strive to get to. In our recap, we looked at fossil fuels and the FET labs that were completed last week, and we covered basically those labs and talked a little bit about what happened in the different videos that we watched, and also what we learned from them. So we completed those objects by looking at some different, people participated and generated their answers for what they thought happened in the videos and also in the reading. And then we jotted these things down in our chats, and then we ended up putting them into our bill. And so let me show the bill here and what it looks like. And so our bill is kind of up to date then with our tracker, I should say, is up to date with what we've been covering in terms of CO2 levels. So if you want to pause this and jot these notes down, but basically what we did was we converted all the activities we did into what did we do and what did we learn from those activities, including the FET simulation on glaciers and the FET simulation on greenhouse gases. Both those labs were conducted on the 12th. Those FET labs were, so keep that in mind. That's last Thursday when we completed those. So those activities are in Google Class 11-12. I'll add that to both of those. And the probe and reading was actually done on Friday, and that's where we looked at the video and tried to get a better understanding of what fossil fuels are. So that's what we looked at there. After we covered those particular items, then you can, like I said, you can pause this if you want to then write these things down. We went into our tiny pools game. First thing we discussed was what fluxes are and what pools are. And then we went into our Google class. So it is really important that we understand that cellular respiration puts carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Photosynthesis takes it out and puts it in organic materials. And we're releasing large amounts of CO2 via the fossil fuel pool by burning and combusting things. We look at the Tiny Flux pool game, which is located in Google Class under today, week 13, day 1. We have a couple different tasks. The first thing to do is to set up your tiny pool placemat, which we worked on and getting those prepped. You'll find this in your Google Class, and the instructions for this are also in Google Class. You have a instruction sheet here, which tells you how to set up your placemat, and it also gives you your different scenarios. For today, you just had to do your different scenarios and put your data into your data sheet. Sorry, wrong document there. Into your tiny pool game data, which is a spreadsheet. And so that's the one that you need to complete today. Once you've completed all your scenarios, you'll be ready for discussion tomorrow. And we'll go over these and answer the questions to make sure we understand our fluxes, and then look at these simulations on a bigger scale. Again, make sure you have these things done. There is no exam for this class. Instead, you will be finishing up the global warming project, which will be an evaluation that you'll be provided with on Wednesday. Otherwise, have a great day, and we'll hopefully see you tomorrow.